Hi everyone, Teddy Baldassarre with TeddyBaldassarre.com. In this video, we're looking at a watch from Ball Watch Company with the Engineer 2 Green Beret. So in this video and on this channel, we cover watches available for purchase on our website, TeddyBaldassarre.com, as a full authorized dealer. So in this video, deep dive looking at this timepiece, final points of consideration at the end, but also throughout this video, if you have further questions, check out the link in the description to the product page where you can learn more, purchase the watch, and book a time with one of our dedicated watch specialists as well. But guys, let's jump into the video, take a closer look at this watch. Even though Ball Watch Company is now located in Switzerland, it does have important American roots. Founded here in Cleveland, Ohio back in 1891 following a tragic train crash 40 miles outside of the city. Coupling its American heritage with the brand's stable of over-engineered and value-driven timepieces, it makes sense that they would issue a military-inspired timepiece that embodies the values and characteristics the market has come to expect from them. In 2015, Ball Watches launched the Engineer 2 Green Berets, a model dedicated to the Army Special Forces with a focus on legibility, durability, and accuracy. This model still remains in the collection and is a bit of a sleeper when it comes to modern, oversized, military-inspired watches. Taking a look at this Green Berets on the wrist, let's run down the case measurements, first coming in with a 43mm diameter across, with a 49.8mm from the lug-to-lug end, and a case thickness of 12.5mm, not including the exterior cyclops on the crystal, which adds about another millimeter to the overall height, but you don't actually feel that in wear. Now, unlike the steel versions that utilize nearly the same case, the titanium used here is much lighter in weight, changing the wearing dynamic immensely. Also absent from this model is a bracelet, so the weight is further reduced compared to the Engineer 2 in 3 collections that share a similar case construction. Further elevating the ruggedness and durability of the titanium case is the black titanium carbide coating applied to the case. Similar to DLC, TIC as it's abbreviated, is a hardening application that is used to prevent wear to specific types of tooling instruments. Here, the application both hardens the titanium beneath it while also giving the case a matte black aesthetic, and the end result is a sharp-looking military-inspired piece, embracing the Green Berets theme. The case is simply executed with this coating, and each surface has a matching finish with the exception of the case back, which is just untreated titanium. Positioned at the case at the 3 o'clock, a small but easy to operate screw-down crown. Hand winding is done in the first position after the crown is unscrewed, then extend the crown to the second position to adjust the date, and finally pulling the crown to the farthest point, then we'll adjust the time while featuring hacking seconds. Water-resistant capabilities are up to 100 meters on this watch, in line with many of the other Ball references in the Engineer collection, making it suitable for a number of water activities including shallow diving and swimming. But before you do that, you'll want to upgrade, of course, the strap to something a bit more water-friendly. The strap provided on this watch that we're going to be looking at here today is a mustard-colored nubuck option that's very soft to the touch and has more of this distressed look, and it's going to patina in a unique fashion. It measures down to 21mm at the lugs and tapers to a bulky 20mm titanium buckle. Unfortunately, this 21mm lug size makes it more difficult to replace than an even size number option from third-party suppliers, and it's not the most appealing color choice in the world either, and kind of doesn't feel like it matches the rest of the case. Also, looking at that buckle, in this instance, and I have seen elsewhere online, where you can actually get the buckle in a matching coated titanium. However, in this instance, it's going to come in a completely different execution. Transitioning over to the dial, which is clearly visible through the flat AR-coated sapphire crystal, the dial is flat across with a deep black surface that provides an excellent background for the simplified layout, emphasizing clarity and legibility, characteristics that are prioritized for military watches. Starting with the simple minute track along the outside edge of the dial in white, we have 5-minute intervals denoted in Arabic numerals. Just to the inside of the minute track, we have boxy rectangular hour markers constructed from Ball Watch's signature microgas tubes. Each tube has a metallic base, which it is then applied directly to the dial, providing an element of depth to the dial not typically seen in watches without these microgas tubes. In terms of color, 11 of the 12 hour markers are green, with the 12 o'clock marker in a contrasting orange to help orient the wearer in order to tell an accurate time, particularly in darker environments. Inside each tube is a luminous material that interacts with the tritium isotope, giving it a long-lasting glow that doesn't require any charging, like superluminova or other painted materials. 3 more tubes are found across the handset, with a singular tube applied to each across the board, high polished baton style hands, and then the thin sweeping second hand with its ornate double R counterweight. In total, there are 15 microgas tubes to provide solid luminosity in low light environments. And the shelf life of the use here is going to be 15 to 20 years approximately. Aiding the wearer in reading the date is an external Cyclops magnifier, which is applied directly to the crystal. Although there may have been some that wanted to see this Cyclops execution be utilized underneath the crystal, so there's no actual bump there. But given the raised tritium gas tubes, this would not be possible, hence why this was the choice of execution. As far as dial text, it's pretty limited to just the Ball logo and white print at the top of the dial and the red chronometer text with the water resistance rating printed underneath the handset. Turning this watch over, we have a solid screw down case back with the center section displaying imagery of the 1st Special Forces Command insignia. Beneath the case back lies the RR1103C, which is based off the ETA 2824-2 or the Slita SW200, as Ball is going to use these movements interchangeably and are going to operate in similar fashion. And really the only cosmetic difference is going to be the change in the joule count. In terms of general operation, we're looking at 28,800 vibrations per hour, 4 Hertz. These do feature hacking and hand winding and have power reserves of 38 hours. In regards to reliability and serviceability, these are probably the most ubiquitous movements on the market. So using these as a base is going to provide a lot of peace of mind and long-term serviceability upside. In regards to the accuracy of these movements, just to give some anecdotal evidence to this particular example that we're just featuring in this video, tested at 5 different positions, this watch was actually within 2 seconds of perfect time of day. Now, I don't want to oversell the accuracy because this can certainly depend on the model and how it's worn, but just to give you some peace of mind there and a point of reference for some expectations, or at least what we're looking at here with this model. All right, so now to unpack looking at this Ball watch Engineer 2 Green Beret. Now, where does this one stack both from the competition standpoint of other brands, but also within Ball? When I think of Ball watches in this price range of around $2,000, I definitely think of many of the Engineer models. And one of the first models that comes to mind is the Engineer M Marvelite, as that one is going to have some probably additional upside for certain consumers. It has this general build quality, comes with a bracelet, also is going to showcase a manufacturer caliber on the inside with an extended power reserve that might be an added benefit compared to something like this. This is going to be more of a niche offering from the brand, and there's small little just changes and nuances to the design that I think are going to ultimately create that as a end product or idea. The titanium is certainly going to aid in the wearability of this one, despite it wearing, I would say, still rather large. I'd say it wears closer to that of a 41 to 42 millimeter case. The blacked out effect, though, does look the part. I think the strap does not truly fit with this design at all. I would certainly swap it out for something else down the road. Although the strap is not terrible, it just doesn't seem to fit with the cohesive design strategy behind this piece. But the central dial, really well executed, and that case treatment should hold up quite well. But really, who is this watch for? If I had to pinpoint what this watch would probably be best suited for, is somebody that maybe wants an unconventional choice for a military-themed watch with a black central case, and simply just wants to express a point of individuality for going for a watch of this type. Case is certainly well constructed in what it's delivering to the table, but certainly a little bit more of a sleeper pick from the brand Ball. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. That really does help out the channel. Do appreciate that in the process as well. And also, if you're in the market for this watch, check it out. It's available on TeddyBaldassarre.com. TeddyBaldassarre.com is a full authorized dealer of all the brands that we carry, quick and fast fulfillment, dedicated customer support, also offer a full factory warranty for all the products that we offer. We also offer price match, so if you see one of our products for cheaper at another authorized dealer, fill out the form and we'll be in touch with you. And finally, 9 out of every $10 that we generate goes right back into the content here, as well as on our main channel, trying to help foster a new generation of watch enthusiasts in the process. But guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I will see you all very soon.